Welcome, Lucy and Nery, to Dumb Bitch HQ.
Hey guys, look what I can do.
You dumb bitch.
Call an ambulance.
Order up. Hello, it's me, Lucy-Furr, and with me, the fry cook in the kitchen is Nery.
Hello.
I don't think you appreciate how much I put into these intros.
I like it.
I try and do something different every time. I'm like,
I wait for it. It's my highlight of the whole show.
I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to put us in different job occupations. So far, we've been train drivers, restaurateurs.
I'm a fry cook, apparently.
Yeah, French cook, a fry cook.
I guess a fry cook.
French fry cook.
Just that's all I did.
Bonjour, baguette. No, I said fries.
And turn them into fries. Just deep fry.
What's new?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What is new? No, nothing. I mean,
You've had the COVID.
I did have the COVID.
That's fun.
It took me out for 2 weeks.
Plague baby.
I was starting a new job, and just on my first day, I did a test while I was there, and yeah, COVID. You have to go home. So I haven't actually started this new job yet.
Good first impression.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call me a week later and were like,
yeah, you can keep your COVID and your lifestyle because you're fired.
Yeah. But no, I start next week, hopefully.
If you don't get COVID again. Fun. Well, I'm glad that you're still here and that didn't mess you around too much.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Speaking, imagine being sick. Oh, you don't need to imagine, but being sick with this humidity, that would fucking suck.
Yeah. And not being able to go anywhere. I was stuck at home for 2 weeks, which sounds fun. But when you finally step out after 2 weeks, you're like, oh yeah. But I went out into town the day I got cleared. The wife was already like, oh, let's go do something. I was like,
no thanks. I'm going to stay right here.
So we went out into town for an hour. And within that hour, I was over it. I was tired. I still have symptoms, but I was so tired in the first half an hour. I was like, how am I going to do anything ever? I've been better now. I've gone back to my old work for a while and stuff. So, my energy is slowly coming back. But that's what it really took. This COVID really took my energy away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we hear about people saying they have long COVID or having long COVID. And it's wild. It can definitely take a toll on the body.
Well, the first time I got it.
How many times have you had it?
So I had it I think I've had it 3 times now. I've got all my boosters and stuff. I've been boosted 3 times. So I'm okay with that, which is why I guess it didn't really the first time I got it, I thought I was going to die. I was in bed. I couldn't move.
Damn.
Yeah, for 3 days I was in bed. It was ridiculous.
Ick. I think I've had it once. Maybe fake twice. No, I had it once. I tested positive and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna, because I have housemates. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stay in my room. And they brought my food to my door, knocked and left. So I felt like prison. Yeah. This one doesn't do well in captivity. If the lockdown proved anything, it proved that my mental health, that's done irreparable damage.
Yeah, I agree with that. Same.
But one of my closest friends is like, girl, I just want to hang out with you. I'm like, girl, I have COVID. And she's like, what do you really feel like eating? I'm like, I want KFC zinger because my taste buds are fried, whatever, and hopefully the hoof will
bring it back a little bit.
Bring it back. And she comes, she pries off my fly screen from my bedroom window, parks her car on the grass outside my window, and we sit
Oh, really?
away from each other. She passes me my KFC box and I just sit on my bed and she sits there and we're just chatting.
That's awesome.
That was good.
Yeah, I didn't have anyone that cared about me that much.
Yeah, well. What's your name again?
I don't know.
But no,
It's fucked.
it was not fun. And then the second time, I think I didn't actually have COVID.
Oh, okay.
I think I just didn't want to go somewhere. And I just took a picture of my previous positive test and sent it. I don't think it was work obligation though.
Okay.
But it could have been. But also, for the record, I've had COVID twice, just in case someone's listening. They're like, was that? Was that when they bailed on me?
Yeah, I think I've had it twice or three times at this point. Yeah, it sucks.
It's not fun.
And the fact that people still don't believe in it, like, come on now.
But like, I think I'm not even going to touch that. I think I've had enough controversy in the last episode that I'm not going to say anything that'll make me come across as anything else.
Fair.
Get your vaccinations. That's important.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
100%.
So nothing else to report on the front of
Well, no,
life?
I guess to be fair, I have been locked away for 2 weeks, so not much.
Nice.
I mean, I finished the first draft of a novel I was writing.
That's exciting.
That was good.
Nery's book coming out in 2020.
Wait, no, wait. Hold on. That doesn't make sense.
You idiot.
2030.
2029, 2030, 2040.
I mean, 2030 is what, 6 years away?
You know what? At work the other week, there was this young person who's like, hey, Sir would know his old as. I'm like, I'm not that old. And they're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 30. And they're like, yeah. And in 10 years, you'll be 40. You're basically already 40.
Jesus.
So 10 years is just nothing to these little turds. I'm like, what?
How old was he?
Like 15.
Yeah, so he'd be 25. Which is still very young.
Yeah.
But I know,
In comparison,
I know
25 is a lot less than 40.
I know when I was 25, I thought, well, it's all downhill from here for sure.
And were you wrong?
I was.
You were wrong?
I feel like if I realized how much time I still had ahead of me at 25, I would be in a very different place.
Fair.
But at 25, I was like, well, I guess I didn't do anything for the first.
Fair. Nah, I'm excited for my 30s because I've just turned 30 and already the things that I'm putting in place for changes in my future are so big.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say on that matter, but I'm just excited. My 30s are going to be different.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, my 30s were a surprise more than anything. I didn't think I'd be here.
Alive. Recording.
I didn't think I'd be like where I am, like in general, in like the whole thing. I thought I'd be in a different place, whether good or bad or indifferent. It's been a surprise.
Fair.
But
I didn't think I'd live past 27, to be honest. Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to join the rock stars.
Yeah, that's...
Baby, I'm going to go meet Jesus.
I always thought this is going to get very serious very quickly. I always thought I was going to die young too.
Yeah.
Because I was very sick when I was younger.
Wow.
I was born very premature, and they kind of through my childhood and teenage years, I was always something was happening.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'm not gonna.
Damn, I'm just gonna die.
Yeah. But now I'm in my 30s, and
yeah,
and yeah.
I should introduce you to this kid. They'll be like, "How old are you?" And I'll be like, "Fuck, man, you're almost 60." I'll just bypass the 50s entirely.
Yeah. I'll just fucking throw him against the wall.
That's just how kids go. I'm like, you're
That's
so
weird.
rude. And this is the same kid who a few weeks ago was like, ugh, I hate vintage music. I'm like, oh, like Dolly Parton or like
Beatles.
Michael Bublé. And is like, no, like Flow Rider's low. I hate vintage music. I'm like, I pop my pussy in the club to that song. Still, it's an iconic song.
Yeah,
it's
that is.
Yeah, iconic because it's vintage.
How old is it? Do we want to have a look? Do we want to go that far?
Scared. All right, let's have a look.
All right, I'll let you do it since we don't have a producer right now.
All right, place your bets.
I think 2009.
2008.
Oh, so
Oh,
close.
gross.
That's disgusting.
Oh, that is vintage. It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
That's, what, 17 years? No.
Nery, shut your mouth. Yeah.
I think it's, what did you say, 2008?
Yeah. The fingers.
16.
16, yes.
Oh,
Jesus.
that is disgusting.
Like I was saying a few episodes ago about playing Ratchet and Clank. I'm not sure if I made the point of saying when it came out.
Oh, you saw that and went off in the woods for a week.
That's true. That's true. No.
What did you say, 2003?
Sorry, 2013.
The remastered? Like
No,
the remade one?
the original.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's later. That's later than I thought. I thought it was early 2000s.
2000. No.
Because didn't it come in on PlayStation 1?
Scratch that. 2002.
Oh, damn.
Shit. Oh, fuck. That fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm playing and it's just, product of 2000. I'm like, excuse me. What?
Yeah, time.
Time is just an illusion. It's a construct.
But, so I'm a wrestling fan, obviously. I don't know if it's obvious. I don't know if I've mentioned it before.
Just fuck, it's less gay. You've mentioned it.
And there's a lot of wrestlers that don't know when to retire. Let's put it that way. And sometimes I have like a match in their 70s. And the same comment.
In their 70s, like Mike Tyson with that fucking
with that
Paul prick.
Not Jake Paul, the other one?
Logan Paul.
Oh, is it? No, I don't know which
Paul.
one he fought.
I don't fucking know. I had just learned that there's two of them in this moment. I'm like, no, there's two. That's gross.
And yeah. And that was.
I challenge you. Jake Paul.
Oh.
Or Logan Paul. Whoever. Balls. Fight me in a Macca's car park. Imagine.
But yeah. But the thing with whichever Paul is the boxer, he always fights. Oh, him?
Yeah.
Oh,
him.
I thought you meant me. I was like, what did I say?
Him. No, fuck him.
He always fights people who are like, I mean, like Mike Tyson in their 60s and shit.
Yeah.
And he always wins by points. I don't know. The only match I ever saw was the Mike Tyson fight because I wanted to see the women's fight beforehand, which was fucking. If you got to watch,
I heard that.
It's amazing. But the only person he fought his age, he lost.
Wow. What a loser.
Yeah. I mean, they're always in it for the money and stuff. Like, the whole thing was that he was promoting, like, a new line of deodorant or some shit.
Is he the one who took the pictures in the forest? Or was that the other one?
I guess it's both. They both did the same shit.
They're just fucking gross.
Yeah. They're disgusting people. Ugh. But the thing is that a lot of wrestlers who wrestle in their 70s when they should be very well retired, the line that's always said by the commentators is the only thing that's undefeated in wrestling is Father Time, because you can't fucking beat that because everyone grows old, everyone dies.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Father Time's a son of a... Anyway, that's what I was getting to.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A long walk for a small drink of water, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. We're all aging.
Rapidly.
Just think, in fucking however long, we'll be like, this is episode 211 of You Dumb Bitch.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'll bring Gran on for an episode, and you'll have to do with her and her racist ass. She's not racist. She's just old.
The only time I ever met Gran was... She wasn't that bad, but I think she was having a good night.
Just probably on the wine.
Yeah, probably.
Had the lemonade. Did a cartwheel or two. Oh, right.
Oh, Gran.
So, I've got a fun story for us. Now, this is from so long ago.
Okay.
I was... I'm going to be as vague as I can be because the people involved in the story are still alive. So, I was on my lunch break at a nameless facility.
Okay.
And I was in the lunch room, minding my own business, playing Snake on my phone back in the day, and I was eating like I don't even remember. I got 2 salt and vinegar chicken bites from the deli, and I was eating those.
Yeah.
Real good. Then this woman came in to the lunch break on her lunch break.
Oh, okay.
Into the lunchroom on her lunch break and sat down across from me. She was always really lovely, always really flirty to me, and I think she kind of like wanted there to be vibes, but there was never a chance.
She didn't have the right equipment.
She did not have the right equipment. And after this scenario, I would never even consider it.
Oh, okay.
She walks in with a roast chook.
Like a whole roast
Like
chook?
a whole roast chook in a
Holy
bag.
shit.
She walks in and she's like, oh, yeah, lunch break. I'm like, oh. And she sits down and she's like making small talk. I'm like, oh, yeah.
The worst
Yeah.
talk.
And I'm like, oh, roast chook is so good. She goes, oh, I love it. I have one every lunch break.
Damn.
I'm like, wow, that's a lot of chicken. And she unsealed the bag.
Right.
She grabbed either side and she like slushed it and held the chicken in the wrapper.
Like, what the fuck?
She wrapped it
Hmm.
and picked it up like a hamburger
What the fuck?
in its like own bag and juices. And
they do get quite juicy.
the neck hole of the chicken, she starts there.
What do you mean she starts there?
She ate this motherfucking rotisserie chicken like a hamburger.
Bones and all?
Bones and all. Every now and then
Jesus.
she'd go and spit them down onto the
Like the bag?
the plastic bag that she'd had it in.
What the fuck?
And just and spit out like little chunks of bone and stuff. I stopped eating what I was eating. I was enthralled, disgusted, and terrified all at once. I'm like, oh, you do really like chicken, hey? And she's like, oh, so good. And she,
I mean, I like chicken, but I would never like.
I left about halfway through, but she wasn't slowing down.
My God.
She ate a whole chicken like a hamburger. And even just bringing it up now makes my stomach churn. But
I feel a bit uneasy. I wasn't even
I'm
there.
like, whoa, oh, what's that? Oh, my time is up. And I went and sat outside for 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
You can't eat chicken like that.
No, God, no.
Listen, I'm not going to yuck someone's yum.
But that's
But
disturbing.
that's something.
That's weird.
That's a way to eat a chicken.
Jesus.
Never even thought of the logistics. Never thought I could do it, but I never want to try.
No, I couldn't like just crunching those bones in your teeth. Like,
so she's the dumb bitch story for today.
Yeah.
I think that's something.
that's something. That's gross. That makes me never want to eat a
You
rotisserie
haven't
chicken
heard
again.
sounds until you've heard a roast chicken crunching in a woman's mouth.
Ugh. That's
Yeah.
because
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I couldn't imagine doing that. Just picking it up and like
Making eye contact and a conversation with someone at the same time
it's
as
like
well.
dripping out of the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, all the chicken juice down her chin. I'm like,
have a bit of
this is
decorum,
hot.
please.
Like, this is why you're single. This is why.
Was she like an older lady?
No. So I was young at the time. So I was probably like 16, 17, 18 max.
Okay, yeah.
But like I only worked at that place for a few months. So like I think I was 17.
Okay.
And she was probably 10 or 15 years older than me.
Okay, so she would have been like in her 20s or early
Yeah.
30s. That's too young to be doing that.
Imagine if I said her name and you're like, oh, I hang out with her. Like, she's part of my D&D group or something. Could you imagine if you knew this person
I'd kill a character straight away.
without knowing that she's a chicken devourer?
She doesn't just eat the chicken, she devours it.
No bones.
Oh,
No crumbs.
she
Just like a scone.
and she drinks the juice from the bag afterwards.
I didn't stick around long enough, but probably
Jesus.
just wash it down, lubricate
There's
it.
no like soda or anything. Just
There was
chicken
no
juice.
drink. All she walked in with was the bag.
Yeah.
And she pulled the rotisserie chicken bag out of that bag.
Okay.
And
then-
used the bag as like a
Catch-all.
like a serviette and was spitting into the plastic bag.
What the fuck? What kind of animals brought her up? Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know, man, but I don't fucking like it. That was one of those moments where I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely only want fuck man.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even. That
Wild.
that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Wild.
Like
to crunch the okay.
and to hear it too. Like not care somebody else is about. Like doing it in the privacy of your
and
own
I've
home.
watched a clown actively eat glass on stage. Like
And it was far more comfortable than that.
yes, absolutely. So yeah, that's my dumb bitch story for today.
Yeah.
But on the topic of food, there's a discussion I wanted to bring to the table.
Okay.
Now, I love true crime and I love like horror movies and stuff like that. Now, I was thinking about some true crime death row inmates and stuff because I've been watching a lot of docos lately.
Yeah.
Now, I've always found the psychology around it interesting. Like, what makes someone snap to go and do all these horrible things? But also, their last meal. We've talked about last meals before. Have I discussed how I think it's strange that is public knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't gone into depth. You pretty much just said that. You just said you think it's strange.
I think it's strange. Do you think it's appropriate?
I'm neither for or against it, to be honest. Like, it's strange in one part, but on another part, it's like, I think especially these
like
days,
when we die, will people be like, oh, Lucy-Furr and Nery, their last meals were this. They're podcasters, and their last meals were a bag of M&Ms and a fruit roll-up.
What a way to go. I think it's different for people like you and me, where it is different for people like on death row.
What if we end up on death row?
Well, then we'd be
hypothetically.
Then we'd be on the list. But I think because especially these days, the last I want to say the last 5 years, maybe a bit more, the interest for serial killers and people on death row has gone up.
Yeah, that's true.
A shit ton.
That's true.
I think since lockdown, because people were bored and they just watched a bunch of killer documentaries, and now they're like, whoa, serial killers, right?
What did Fruit Loops ever do to you?
So I think in that way, it's intriguing for it to be public knowledge. But yeah, it's also weird.
It is very strange.
But I mean, it's public knowledge knowing what they did.
I guess.
Like we know Ted Bundy killed a bunch of women.
That's true.
And old mate with the glasses, Dahmer killed a bunch of like dudes after fucking them or whatever.
Yeah.
So all that's public knowledge.
I guess.
So I guess what they ate
isn't that deep in the scale of things, I guess. I guess I'm just reading too much
unless
into
someone's
it.
really like, for example, and I say this just because it was a bigger dude, John Wayne Gacy.
Wow.
Probably really liked his food, right? And so probably people knowing what he ate is more insulting for him in wherever the hell he ended up than somebody else that didn't really care.
Are you allowed to request human?
I don't think so.
Ugh.
I mean, Dahmer would have done it. I don't think he did. I don't know what his last meal was. Of course, John Wayne Gacy wanted a bucket of chicken, 12 fried prawns, a pound of strawberries and French fries, and a Diet Coke. Because you got to have that Diet Coke. You can't have a full Diet Coke.
Oh, no. Can't do that. There's this YouTuber who does videos where they eat inmates' last meals.
Really? Oh, man. That's pretty
cool.
Bundy did not make, because I'm going through the famous ones.
Yep.
Ted Bundy did not make a food request on death row. So he was given the default meal in Florida State Prison, which is steak, eggs, toast with butter and jam, hash browns, coffee, and juice. Fuck, he probably shit himself hard before he died.
Oh my God. Steak and eggs together?
Yeah.
That in itself sounds funny.
That's just basic, though. Oh, it doesn't give me... maybe he didn't have one.
Maybe Dahmer didn't have one.
Maybe it was people. Maybe he ate the people that were trying to kill him, so they had to kill him real quick. No, that's weird.
Oh, well.
I'm going to see.
We'll come back with that information.
Anyway, we'll
it's
continue
okay.
on.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
I just thought it was fun food for thought. I did think that I have brought it up in the past, but I thought I'd just bring it up again while we're talking about eating food wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it's always interesting. It's an interesting thought. I didn't watch a ton of like serial killer documentaries. I've seen a couple. Like I've seen the Ted Bundy one on Netflix, and I've seen the Night Stalker one, which is fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And I, of course, saw the Ted Bundy movie. Well, I saw that one too.
Is that the one with Zac Efron?
Yeah, but I saw the one with Evan Peters, the Dharma one. That was great.
Yep.
And of course, everybody knows about John Wayne Gacy and stuff. But I would say it'd be a good podcast to do, but there's so many. There's so many true crime podcasts.
Give us your fun factaroonies. What do you got for us today?
So the first one, we sweat when anxious to alert other people. I will elaborate.
Okay.
So
yeah, please elaborate.
Okay. So one theory suggests that we've evolved to sweat while anxious to alert the brains of other people around us so they are primed for whatever is making us anxious.
Oh, so it's like a primal thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
So in the past, brain scans have revealed that when you sniff the sweat on a panic-induced person, regions of the brain that handle that emotion and light up.
Huh.
So yeah, when you're anxious, your sympathetic nervous system releases hormones, including adrenaline, which activates your sweat glands.
Damn.
That's a whole lot of science right there.
I have 2 points and questions and facts for that one. So one, I only learned a few weeks ago what BO actually stands for.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, like BO. I've never really thought about it.
Yeah.
It's just BOE. But like, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Wait.
Body odor.
What's BOE?
No, just like you smell BOE.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like, Bo? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, body odor. But also, it's not that deep. It doesn't make, I don't care.
Yeah.
And second, they say that often with the brain. It's like, oh, and then this lights up, this lights up. If we took the skull away, do we light up?
I don't think.
Is there like an active reaction when the brain is in use?
Yeah.
That it like glows or like.
I don't think so. I think it's like the scan, like maybe parts of that brain does
or is
something.
It just pink wetness?
But yeah.
Eat it like a burger. At least you wouldn't need to spit out bones.
I guess not. And a smooth brain's like tastier than rigid brains. Or worse.
No, because the rigidity brains would have like canals for flavor.
That's where all the juices flow from.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think it lights up. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a brain in action. But I think when you scan, it's like when you get like have a MRI and they give you that dye shit so things light up.
Oh, the stuff that makes you feel like you piss yourself.
Yeah, we've talked about that. I think it's probably the same thing, or maybe, or whatever. If something in the brain kind of works more than the other parts, like your frontal lobe.
Not
or
much
whatever,
of my brain actively works.
And probably like lights up in a scan for some reason.
Huh. Science.
I think we need a scientist on the show.
We do need a scientist. Yeah, we do. We do. If there's any scientists out there, I don't think scientists would listen to something like this. But if you do, you having a brain break and you're a scientist and you want to like help us out, let us know.
I think if there was a scientist that'd be listening to this, it'd be a lot like CEOs, like real like business people that are like the powerhouse, like the power
also,
people.
Yeah, if you're those people, hit us up.
But but also like I feel like it'd be like those power like people in the business, men or women, or they thems, and then they go like and seek out a dominatrix because they want to be submissive.
Yeah,
I feel like that's why a scientist.
I'll be your dominatrix if you need that outlet, but like also just give us knowledge.
But I also think that's why scientists would listen to this because they got to like dumb themselves down a little bit.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I think all the time. I need to listen to someone dumber than me. Brain break.
I like it.
All right. Fact number 2.
So fact number 2. Beavers don't actually live in dams.
Mm.
So, oh, no, that's not, okay. So, technically, beavers live in a lodge that they build behind a dam within a deep pool of water.
Yeah.
So, I always thought they lived in the dams.
Oh, in the whole ass dam.
Yeah, but no, they live in a little lodge though.
Do you know why?
A little like otter builds, beaver builds like a little lodge with a roof and like a little like candlelight.
Oh, cute. A little wood fire and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the beavers in Narnia.
That's been a long time since
Mr. and Mrs. Beaver.
Yeah.
They have like a little cottage.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Probably. Do you know why beavers build dams?
No.
Because they hate the sound of running water.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, fuck this.
They're like, this is infuriating. So when they hear it leak,
Yeah.
they're like, I'm going to go rip a tree down about it. And then they fix it. I'm like, just go to the desert, my guys.
They probably can't survive
Sucks
in
to
the
be an
desert.
aquatic creature who hates the sound of running water.
That's true.
Beavers are wild.
It's like being a human that hates being around other humans.
It's me.
You're the beaver.
I'm the problem. I'm the beaver. Oh, I would love to settle down in a little wet lodge next to the
great.
water.
And then build a little dam
Build a
every
little
time.
dam.
And yeah, just a little, like, you know when you get, like, really mad and you got a, like, vein on the side of your head that every time you hear, like, a trickle of water, you're like, fuck!
Unacceptable. Dungeon, 10 years. Oh, I love it.
You know, you just said unacceptable.
Mhm.
It just reminded me. You know the Hercules TV show?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you know Xena?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Xena came from Hercules.
Oh.
Like, they did the Hercules TV show. And
Xena
then
is better
was
than
there.
Hercules.
She is.
It is.
But they did the Hercules show first, and there was this line in the show where, so it's written in the, I don't know if you've ever seen like a movie script or a TV script.
Mhm.
So you got like, so the way it's written, you have the name of the character, let's say Hercules.
Yeah.
And then in parentheses, it'll say, says in a whisper or whatever.
Yeah.
And in the parentheses, it says disappointedly or says disappointed. And he has the dialogue or whatever. Or no, it was Hercules disappointed looks around.
Mhm.
And the actor, Kevin Sorbo, he looks around and he goes, disappointed!
Did they leave it in?
Yeah.
Iconic. I love that.
I gotta show it to you.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's-
he just yells out disappointed. He says now, like when he's on cons and stuff, he's like, no, it was written like that. But people have seen the script. and
You
it
dumb
definitely-
bitch.
Oh, that should have been my dumb
You
bitch.
dumb bitch.
But yeah, the way he looks around, he's just like, disappointed.
That's great. I love it.
It's great stuff. But he's a fucking prick apparently in real life.
Oh, damn.
Apparently, so you know, there's another 90s show, the Adventures of Lois and Clark. So Superman.
Oh.
So you know Terry Hatcher, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she acted alongside an actor called Dean Cain.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out Dean Cain's a fucking prick, and it's so disappointing because I love Superman. It's like my whole thing. And yeah, and he was really good. He was good Clark Kent. He was all right Superman, but yeah, it turns out he's just
Damn.
full of right wingness. Yeah, which I guess necessarily doesn't make him a prick, but other things on top of that, which I won't go into because it's a lot of
Fair.
stuff.
You're on the naughty stool. Not you, him.
Him. Okay, so
Fact 3.
fact 3.
Fact 3.
So platypuses,
Platter pie?
platypus.
Platypuses. Oh, I don't even know what you're about to say, but fucking platypuses can just fuck right off in general.
What?
I just think
What?
it's fucking stupid.
Oh.
But yeah, give us
Okay.
your fact.
So platypuses sweat milk. Shall I continue?
Like,
Let me go on.
continue.
So they sweat milk because they don't have teats, and milk appears as sweat on a platypus because it is an aquatic animal, which means it doesn't sweat. But when it does, like, it milks out like it sweats.
So they just suck at skin, like the babies suckle at.
I guess they lick it. I didn't go that
I
deep.
can't say breastfeed, like,
Skin feed.
but they have bills.
Yeah.
So they're not like a suckly creature.
I
Like
guess
ducks don't suckle.
No. They have
I rest my case. Platypuses need to fuck off. Why is Australia like this? Monotremes. I can't think of any other countries that have monotremes.
It's a monitoring.
Monotremes are platypuses, echidnas. I feel like there's more, but monotreme, like,
We've never needed the producer more, and she's not here.
Platypuses.
So apparently monotremes are a group of highly specialized egg-laying predatory mammals containing the platypus and echidnas.
Yeah, so it is just the two.
Apparently.
Yeah, because they lay eggs and they're fluffy.
Mm.
And apparently, do echidnas have nipples?
I would say no. I haven't.
Why?
I'll Google it.
Why don't they have... And echidnas have their own weird, wacky penises as well.
Yeah.
Well, if there was a god, when he was making Australia, he's like, you know what? Venomous snakes, giant spiders, and monotremes.
So echidnas do not have nipples. Instead, female echidnas have milk patches in their pouches that secrete milk.
So they just have a sweet, wet spot.
Yeah. At least
Of
it's not their
flesh
whole
as
body.
well.
Like,
Imagine sweating milk. You would stink so bad
God.
because it would be hot milk.
and be rotten.
And
Like,
it-
you'd smell rotten.
curdled,
Oh, wow.
sour the whole time.
Well, you could make yogurt out of yourself.
You just sit and think about what you've just said on this podcast
It's not the
to
worst.
our
It's
listeners.
not the worst thing I've ever said.
It's up there.
Probably. Yeah. Those are my 3 facts. Bit weird today.
Platypuses. And they've got like poisonous barbs as well.
Yeah. Pick a
Calm
lane.
down. Pick a lane. It's like, all right, you're in the character creation screen for the animal you're going to be. And the platypus is like, I want all of it. I want to be a duck face motherfucking cat with flippers
That
and
sting.
poison barbs.
Yeah.
And I want to ooze milk. It's
Oh.
like, oh, so like big nipples. It's like, no
No nipples.
nipples.
Just everywhere. What? You heard what I said.
I said what I said. That's gross. That's gross.
This is how it felt when you're telling me the chicken
Phineas and
situation.
Ferb. Terry the platypus. Is it Terry?
I think so.
Does that mean he just oozes milk sometimes?
Mm. But they don't show that episode.
They do on Pornhub.
But it's not milk.
Yuck, Nery, no more. Platypuses. Platypi. Octopuses, octopi.
I check with
Platypuses, platypi. Plural.
platypuses.
Just platypuses.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking freaks is that what it is? Ugh. Ugh. I don't even think I've ever seen one in real life. So, like my discussion on the earth, until I see it with my own eyes, it's a myth.
You never seen a platypus?
No.
You never been to an
Have you?
aquarium?
No.
Oh.
I don't go to aquariums. I think
Fair.
they're cruel.
I went to an aquarium once, but I didn't pay for it. I went through the back way.
Oh, fair.
Like, it was straight through the way it was done. It's a big, like, semicircle, I suppose.
Oh.
And exits out the gift shop.
Oh.
So I went through the gift shop just saying, oh, I forgot something. I just gotta, because they have
You
people there.
actively lied.
Of course. I was like
Crimes.
14 at the time.
Oh.
And I went with my school.
Oh, fair.
And they're like, did you pay for the trip? Yeah. I jumped on the bus. What are they going to fucking say? And then they were all going through the thing, like, because you had to pay for the bus, but then you had to pay for the entry. And then I was like, and then I was with one of the teachers. I was like, and I waited like the whole, whatever, like half hour for like the whole thing to happen. Like, oh, you came out pretty quick because I fucked off. I went and did something else.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're done pretty quick. I was like, yeah, they were all hiding or something. I made some bullshit up. And they were like, okay. I was like, oh, but I did forget something in the gift shop. I'm just going to go back. So I went through the gift shop, went the other way.
Oh, fair.
So I saw it backwards, but I still saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not paying for this shit.
And platypuses were in the aquarium.
Yeah, I think so.
I think aquariums are gross.
I think all of it's gross. Even zoos.
Zoos are gross.
I understand zoos can be.
I won't go to a circus if it has any animal that's not a dog. Like if they have a dog, the dog can sleep in the caravans with them. But anything more than that is too much.
I don't mind zoos if they're a rehabilitation center, because you know how you got those ones that they rehab and they have
like
them.
Mogo.
Yeah, like that's not bad. But I won't go to like. Well, I mean, I went there, but I try not to go to like any like Taronga and shit. Although I did go to the one here, and they fucking had like a horse and stuff, and I was like, that's okay. I mean,
it's basically a farm.
Yeah, it's basically a petting zoo.
It is basically a petting zoo. See, with aquariums, do you know why they don't have any great whites in captivity? It's because they headbutt the glass till they die.
Really?
They get like freaked out.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So that's why there's no great whites in captivity. I think that's fucked up. The fact that they would have had to have done it a few times to be like, oh, this is why we can't do this.
You know, there was a great white in Huskisson not too long ago.
Nice.
Like trying to get into the tunnel that leads into the natural pool thing.
I love that for them. Hot.
I was like,
fierce. Pop off, Bruce.
But you know, orcas. You know how like some of them have that top fin that folds in? You know that's because they have depression.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
On your babies?
If you see a whale with a folded top fin, it's because they're fucking...
Orcas can do no wrong by me. They're my favorite aquatic creature.
That's what I got to tell you.
I think it's wild that they're like, oh my God, did you hear about that? Like zookeeper who got eaten or ripped apart by an orca? I'm like, yeah, because they're fucking putting their hands in their mouth and swimming with them. Yeah.
Although there was one that got dragged down. Have you ever watched the documentary Blackfish?
Yeah.
Amazing. I watch it like once a year, and it brings me to tears every time.
Nice.
Not because of the trainers, fucking, but because of the...
And I'm pretty sure it's been a fact on here before that orcas are the only predator for mooses.
Yeah.
Wild.
That was wild when I read that.
All the throwbacks. Love that. All right. Shall we move on to our dumb pictures of the week?
Yeah, let's do
it.
Would you like to go first?
All right. Yeah, I can go first. Okay. All right. So I was scrolling on the internet tonight. Last night, not tonight. Gee whiz.
You're in the future.
I'm in the future. And I stumbled upon this video from 14 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
And my dumb bitch of the week is drum roll, Jessica Simpson.
I know exactly where you're going to play it.
Because we've been talking about food. Here we go.
Yeah.
Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken by the sea. Is that stupid?
The answer is yes.
She was roasted so hard for that back in the day.
Yeah.
I reckon she still is.
And guess what?
What?
She's about to get roasted about it again. 14 years later, Jessica Simpson. Yes, that's stupid.
That's dumb.
That's right there. That's dumb.
That's amazing though. I saw that live.
Is this chicken or is it chicken or fish?
I remember watching.
Sis.
It was a show called Newlyweds because she had married one of the boy band dudes.
Oh. And the guy she's talking to just looks at her like...
That's her husband.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I bet he's...
No wonder they got divorced. But yeah, I remember watching that on TV. And I was like, did she just say what I think she said? 14 years later, people are still talking about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she did.
Is it chicken or is it fish? I know it says it's tuna, but it says it's chicken from the sea.
I mean, in her very... thin defense.
Defend her, I dare you. Go.
That is weird. That is weird to write on a tin or whatever. Like chicken from the sea. Who fuck writes that?
I mean, I guess it means it's common.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the chicken of the sea.
Like tuna's just basic.
Yes.
Fair enough. But like, it is weird to write that.
Do you want to sit on the pedestal next to her?
No, God, no.
This week's dumb bitches are Jessica Simpson and Nery.
No, I laughed my ass off when I heard that.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
Is this chicken or is
It is so
fish?
stupid that she said that.
But yeah.
Like she goes, but doesn't she say, I know it's fish, but it says blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
Like, if you know it's fish, shut up.
Just they're the inside thoughts. The intrusive
think-
thoughts one.
I remember everybody thought she was the dumbest bitch, ironically, after she said that. For good reason. But, like...
And she also, there was an interview with her as well. Point 2. She's like, is it mice or mices?
Okay, I don't have a defense for that one.
Mouses? Mices. I'm like, oh, okay. The boots are made for walking the fuck out of here, please.
I don't. She hasn't been seen in a while.
No. I'd hide my face away too.
For 14 years.
14 years.
But to be fair, I don't think her husband.
But also the amount of shit that we have said on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
We should just go underground for 14 years. We'll reemerge and be like, the dumb bitch, the revival. Oh,
we're back.
What about you? Who's your dumb bitcheroony of the week?
So, I mean, I should have, now that I think about it, I should have just made it Kevin Sorbo who did the disappointing thing as Hercules, because that shit was, as I said it, I was like...
do you want to do that?
No.
Yeah.
So my one, and I feel like we've spoken about him before, but my one is Elon Musk.
Oh.
And I will tell you why.
Oh.
Because not
There's
only...
so many reasons.
Oh, my God, yeah. There's too many reasons. But the newest one... I really like D&D. It's one of my favorite hobbies, pastimes. So Wizards of the Coast and Wonder was bought by Hasbro.
Yeah.
So now Hasbro owns D&D and Magic and all this. And they've been fucking it up ever since. But now it looks like Elon Musk wants to buy Hasbro. And it looks like it's happening. So Elon Musk will own D&D and Magic.
And Power Rangers.
Well, that's a whole nother situation. Hasbro has been looking to
Could you imagine if that fuckhead puts his hands on Power Rangers? Is like, we're going to have mech suits by 2028.
Ugh.
And we'll go to Mars. And all be lizard people. And walk around with babies on our chests.
Babies on your chest?
We'll talk about it after.
Okay. But yeah. Well, it looks like Hasbro's been trying to sell Power Rangers since Once and Always. Because they were going to build off that. But now it looks like, from what I've heard, they're trying to either sell the whole thing or they're trying to sell it in a way where they will still own
profit.
Exactly. So they will pass it off to smaller studios and then they will oversee.
They just need to give us more Power Rangers and stop being bitches about it. More Power Rangers, less Disney remakes. How about that?
I like that.
Also, just quickly on the topic of Power Rangers, I was scrolling Tubi last night and they've added all the series that are really hard to find. Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Wild, Power Rangers in Space. Woo. I'm like, yes, give us that garbage.
You remember that really knockoff Power Rangers thing we saw? Tubi.
Tubi.
That's good though.
To be or not to be? These are the questions. Well.
But yeah, so he's going to buy Hasbro, probably. More than likely. I mean, Twitter's a cesspool anyway, but he already fucked that up.
He's not human.
No, he's something weird.
I've seen his topless photos at the beach. That's not a human rib cage, that's for sure.
Remember a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, when, what's the Facebook guy's name?
Mark
Wahlberg. No, it's not right. What the hell is his name?
Is that no?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
You remember when he was in in front of the Parliament or the court or something, and they would take those pictures of him, and he looked like a robot or like an android
person.
It was weird. And now Elon Musk, I think, is the same. I think they're coming out of hiding slowly.
And you can't tell me that Grimes wasn't grown in a lab.
Probably not. I mean, probably was. And their kid, what's the name? A/2.
He's got 14 kids.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And one of them has just come out as trans.
Oh, he's going to love that.
So sucks to be that guy.
But yeah.
That guy being Elon Musk. But yeah, so that brings us to the end of this crunchy chicken of an episode. Like, subscribe, do the things. If you don't like it, send Nery hate mail because I'm too emotionally vulnerable for that. Bye-bye.